Welcome to SalesScreen. We're so excited to help you get started motivating your team to goal, and we found over and over again that one of the most simple, effective, and fun ways to do that is through competitions. In fact, we find that during SalesScreen competitions, the average team's key performance indicators increase by 17% for top performers, 61% by middle performers, and that's usually most of your team, and a whopping 107% by so-called low performers. Today, we'll be looking at a custom targets competition, which means that players compete on making the highest percentage of a target that is set individually for each competitor. You can set the winner to be the first one to hit 100% of their target, or make the winner whomever has delivered the highest percentage of their target at the end of a set period of time. This kind of competition is great for when you have a wide range of experience levels on your team. By giving everyone a fighting chance, you ensure that middle and bottom performers will still be motivated to push themselves above and beyond their previous limits. Additionally, having the option to end a competition when just one player hits their target allows you to create a high-speed playing environment for when you need to drive up a particular metric quickly. Let's dive right in. Start at the competitions page and click Create New. Make sure the Custom Targets button is checked. On this page, you'll also get to choose a layout, which is basically the visual theme for your competition. Let's make this a horse race today. On the first screen, we choose our participants. We can pick and choose manually using the plus and minus buttons, but I'm just going to add all. In a custom targets competition, this is also the place where we set those targets. You can do these all individually, but if the goals are even somewhat close, it probably makes more sense to do this using the Add Targets button and set them all in bulk, then adjust as needed from there. So if I'm planning to use this competition to drive up meetings booked with potential clients, I might set a default target of 10 meetings, but then go back to make a few adjustments to level the playing field. Maybe some of my veteran sellers should have a target of 12, but my new hires, maybe they should have a target of 8. When you're all set, hit the Next button. Now it's time for a name. Let's call this Book It, and a description. Be the first to fill your calendar. For the period, I'm going to leave this week, but you can play around with the time frame to do everything from short blitzes to long-running marathons. In a custom targets competition, you'll also need to choose whether to keep this competition going all the way to the end of the period, or only until the first player completes a target. I want to keep going with our race theme, so I'm going to choose winner is declared when goal is reached. You can set your competition to measure any metric you have in SalesScreen. Right now, we're trying to drive up meetings with potential clients, so we're using meetings booked. Last on this screen, I have to pick how many players will appear on the leaderboard. I think for my team of 12, I'll go with the top 5. You may notice that we have a drop-down here that isn't in the standard competition called Privacy Setting. This gives you a little more control over how player activity is displayed. I want to keep the focus on how everyone is measuring up to their own personal goals, so I'm actually going to show progression only. This means the leaderboards will display how close a player is to meeting their goal as a percentage, but not the actual number of meetings booked. Now for the fun part, prizes. I can choose to give any number of prizes I want, or have a number of prize winners calculated by the percentage of players, but I'm just going to go with the suggested 3 prize format. One of our biggest pro tips at SalesScreen is to have prizes for more than just one winner. That way, even if it starts to seem like there's only 1 or 2 players most likely to win first place, the others will still feel like there's a reason to stay in the game. Now, I have complete freedom to create my own custom prizes here, but for now I'm going to use SalesScreen's built-in Suggestions tab. As you can see, this page comes pre-populated with prize ideas big and small, but I'm going to keep it simple here and just going to do gift cards for each level. Now we're almost done. I just need to choose how I want to get the word out when this competition goes live. In my case, I'm allowing it to publish the new competition to all of my screen playlists, as well as all of my feeds. And I'm going to keep the switch on at the top that allows my screens to continue to show competition updates like start and end times and whenever a new player takes the lead. I could also use those additional switches to send email reminders to the players at certain points throughout the competition, but I'm going to leave that for now. So click Add Competition and you're off to the races.